Hi, I'm Mona from Change Capability, and this micro session is about workplace culture. It's targeted to those of you who want to get started with changing something about the culture in your workplace or optimizing elements of your culture. So it's really useful for people who are in a human resource professional, organizational development professional, if you're an executive, a senior leader, or even a founder of your own startup business. And if you're expanding and you're having to redefine and relook at your culture, but you want to have measurable outcomes and changes that actually stick. So I'll go through a few key things that you need to get started with culture change so that you can plan accordingly. First thing we will need is a baseline measurement of what your current culture is like. So all the different elements. So this means you really need to define the elements of culture, and there's different models you can use to frame your culture. So you will need a cultural framing tool. One as an example is Johnson & Johnson's Culture Web. This outlines different elements such as stories, symbols, rituals, power structures, and organizational structure, all as elements of culture. And then you would go through and define and have a baseline measurement of what those elements are, how those elements are actually doing at the moment. So your positives, things you want to keep, things like that. So defining a baseline measurement and cultural framing tool that you want to use. There's also ones that you can purchase. So there's different companies that have their own tools and measurement assessments. It's up to you to decide what aligns to your values and to go with that one. The second thing you'll need to do is, once you've got that tool, is to do a current state discovery. So this will involve creating that baseline and really understanding what works well in the environment, in the culture that you have at the moment, what you'd like to see optimized, what needs strengthening, and really capturing all the different elements of it. And then the third one is, what will be the success indicators? Once you've changed your culture, what does your new culture look like? So this is a future state assessment and very particular defined success indicators. So get really clear on whether it's behavior change. What are those behaviors? Who is displaying those behaviors? How quickly are they displaying those behaviors? When are they displaying those behaviors? If it's about your systems and processes, what do they look like? Again, how quickly are your systems and processes changing? What are they changing to? What are the outcomes of those systems and processes? So whatever it is you want to see, you need to create very measurable, definable success indicators. So think about the SMART tools or the SMART methodology that we have for measuring goals, for assigning goals. It's the same thing when you're defining your success indicators for culture. So the more vague you are about the type of culture you want in your organization, the more vague outcomes you will get. So the fourth thing is to apply change and project management to your culture change process or optimization process. This means having a really clear sponsor. So a sponsor that's visible, someone in an executive decision-making role that's really enabling all of the things you want to achieve within your culture. If you are the founder of the startup, you are most likely the sponsor, just because culture change goes across your whole business. If this is a larger organization, you're a HR practitioner and you've got a global HR director or executive, they could be the sponsor, but it almost needs to be the CEO, someone that goes across all the different areas of the organization that you want to see change. So the more complex the culture change, the more risky it is, the reasons why you're wanting to change, or the sooner you want to see a change, then the higher up you need to go. That's just the way human behavior works at the moment, but you want to have a sponsor that has authority in this space, who can role model the changes and who can make decisions and fund and really enable your team to create this culture change. And applying all the other elements of change management and project management to the culture change process. Number 5, continuously review elements. So as you're implementing the culture change, but even after, culture doesn't stop once you've implemented something. As we know, things change, our environment changes. You need to have a continuous review process in place. How are you going to measure culture on an ongoing basis through individual performance, team performance, business unit outcomes, and organizational outcomes? And then number 6, celebrate and have fun along the way. So once you've marked your success indicators, maybe you want to say after 3 success indicators, we're going to celebrate by doing X, Y, Z. But you're also going to have fun along the way, and you're going to bring in the joy and the laughter and the fun that you want to see along the way. If at any point you're creating things or measures that don't seem fun, or that you're not very enthusiastic to apply, then have a think about how you can be more creative during culture change. It needs to be something that people are drawn to, that they have a desire to work towards building a new culture with you and optimizing this for you. So I hope these 6 elements have given you something to start with. If you want more tips and tools, check out our other materials on our website, or keep an eye out on these micro sessions on the YouTube page. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube for more handy sessions.